Hello guys, welcome back onto the Dutch Couch. A lot of my mates are West Ham fans, big hammers, right, but I've got to say, unfortunately for them, I think they're in for a massive relegation battle this season. It's going to be a long, hard campaign for them and their team. It's going to be a painful one, in my opinion. And this is not a knee-jerk reaction after the pumping at Sunderland today, where they was absolutely abysmal. Fucking dreadful, it's embarrassing. There's a lot of long-standing issues there, and we all know, the Hammers fans know, the root causes of these issues come down from the top, right, from the owners down. They're awful owners, in my opinion. I've done a couple of videos on these fucking leeches. They're useless. But I just don't see anything in this team. They lack any intensity, fight, passion, direction. I don't see a plan. I just don't see anything in that team that would fill me with any confidence going forward for the next 37 games to think, do you know what, we're going to be all right. I think it's going to be a battle. Relegation written all over it for me. I'm looking at, I can't see where the goals are coming from. I mean, they've signed Callum Wilson, right, 33 years old from Newcastle. Lack of ambition for me. That screams lack of ambition. For me, it's just going to be another Granny Ings. At 33, 95 grand a week, I read. Don't see the sense behind that. He's not going to play enough games. He's so injury prone, it's unbelievable. But I'm looking at the way they play. They're so easy to play against. In possession, they're slow. They're just predictable. I'm watching a game, I can see what they're going to do. If I can see it, 11 professionals who are playing against them at the top elite level can see it. It's crazy. I'm looking at possession. They're soft. They get dragged all over the pitch. They're naive. They don't press at all. They're one of the laziest teams in the Premier League that I've seen. They don't press at all. It's ridiculous. But the owners, they promised these supporters, the great fan base at West Ham there, the loyal fans, right, that followed them from the bowling, they promised them a world-class stadium and world-class players. But I tell you what they've provided them is a stadium that 99% of the fans can't stand. They hate the place. It's soulless. It don't represent West Ham. And the team, world class. They're fucking miles off it. They're closer to Sunday League standard on this performance that I saw today than they are world class. Nowhere near it. Miles off of it. They're boring to watch. When I watch West Ham, the old West Ham teams, yeah, they might not have been the most successful, but what I always see from West Ham players was that they had fucking heart. When I watch most of these, half of them don't look like they give a shit. They can't be arsed. They're stealing a wage. But like I said, the culture at the club cycles down from the top, and it's worked its way down to the playing staff, in my opinion. I'm looking at the signings that they're making, right? And I'm thinking, who's picking the signings? Is the manager, Graham Potter, actually, does he have a say in this, or is someone above him now picking the players? I know they had that Tim Steidem, whatever his name is. Who's picking this lot? Because surely this man can see where they're going wrong. Surely he can see that they need an absolute powerhouse centre midfielder. I looked at that midfield today, and I actually felt sorry for Freddie Potts, a local, obviously a West Ham boy through and through, right? His dad, Steve Potts, when I was younger, used to play. That's how old I am, fucking old boy. He's West Ham through and through, right? I see that today, and the shit they had in midfield, didn't even get a look in. They were lethargic. They had nothing about them at all. They made it easy for Sunderland. And I'll tell you what, Sunderland spanked them 3-0 at the Stadium of Light, right? So they've gone to a newly promoted side. So you know the atmosphere is going to be rocking. You know the Sunderland players are going to be bang up for it. Did nothing. Folded. From what I read, they weren't too bad. From what I see, they weren't too bad, first half. But I don't know what was said in that changing room at half time. Because it just went the other way. They went totally the other way. They fucking folded like a deck chair. It was ridiculous. But 5 wins in 19 games now, for him, I don't know how long he's going to stand. He's going to stick it. Momentum in football is huge. And they've not got any sort of momentum. Both in results, in their performances, in their style of play. I don't see anything. And the goalkeeper for me was a big worry today. They bought the keeper from Leicester, Scandinavian keeper. He come in today, had an absolute mare on his Premier League debut for West Ham. And I'm looking at Lucas Fabianski, 40 years old last season. He's let go at the end of the season. His contract ends and he's leaving. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, at 40 years old, he pisses all over the two goalkeepers you got on your books there, Areola and this new goalkeeper. I'm looking and I'm thinking, you should have kept the 40-year-old. That's how bad things are. I think his experience, I think even as a shop stopper at his age now, matches these two, which makes no sense. It beggars belief for me. I looked at 63% possession today. For me, that performance was a typical modern football possession stats-based performance. Yeah, we kept 63% of the possession. You did fuck all with it. Like I said, there's no plan. There was no penetration to get through a newly promoted side. You're going to come up against teams in a different, absolute different stratosphere to Sunderland, and you didn't lay a glove on them. So when you come up against the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, when you play Chelsea next week, mate, I feel for West Ham next week. Home or away, they're at home. Home advantage or not, I don't even think West Ham have a home advantage as such anymore. Whereas it used to be at the Boleyn, it was tight. They were on top of the players, the supporters. It was intimidating. Here, I don't think anybody is intimidated by the London Stadium. Not one team. They enjoy coming there. They take it as an easy ride, a nice chance to get an easy 3 points these days. For a club like West Ham, I think home advantage years ago, like I said, as much as they wasn't successful, that was a tough place to come. Nobody enjoyed it. Everybody respected it, and it was intimidating. This place is an absolute different ball game, on a different level of fucking. There's nothing. There is nothing to fear there. It's ridiculous. But I'm looking at. You're over-reliant on Jarrod Bowen massively. He can't keep producing. You're only as good as the players around you, right? You can't expect Jarrod Bowen to produce and score goals and assists when he's got shit playing around him. Half of them who are running around half-hearted, couldn't give a shit. It's not fair on a player. You're only as good as the players around you. I don't care how much individual talent you have. There's no I in team. It's a team game. And you need all 11 players to be on it to produce good football. Decent, successful football. West Ham again today, miles off it. Absolutely miles off it. But I'm still undecided whether Graham Potter is a fraud or he's not getting the backing. Is he a fraud or is he not getting the backing? I love to hear West Ham's thoughts, because I'm seeing fans on social media sort of Potter out. Some are saying it's the owners who's not being backed. Like I say, I go back to the question. These players that he's getting in, does he actually want them? Does he actually rate them? Because he must be looking at some of these players after that performance in particular today. He must be worried about not only the quality. I'd be more worried as a coach. I'll coach, but not at this level. I'd be worried more about the mentality. When you go to a newly promoted side, you've got to show your authority on them. If West Ham go there today with your squad of players, play your game, put it on Sunderland, you beat them. You've got a better squad, you've got better players. But if you're not right there and you've got fuck all in there, I don't care who you are. You can be Ronaldo or Messi with a talent. If you don't work hard and you don't want it, you ain't getting fuck all, and you got pumped 3-0. But they only had to do the basics. They've done nothing out of the ordinary against West Ham today. They literally were compact. They had pace. They were organised. Those three things beat West Ham. And that for me would be a massive worry. Massive worry. But they desperately need quality players. But they desperately need quality players with that mentality. Don't bring in someone with a great name, or bring in someone who gives a shit. Like I said about that Callum Wilson signing, I'm not having that one. I'm not even a West Ham fan, but I looked at that and I thought, what an absolute lack of fucking ambition you were showing. You've got a like for like, basically. You've got Fulkrug there. He's not set the world alight. He's had injuries. You've let Antonio go. But Callum Wilson, I think you desperately need someone up top with a bit of speed. You've got nothing. No pace at all. It's like playing against the fucking care home. Ridiculous. But if they get spanked by Chelsea now, the pressure's building, mate. That is massively building. And momentum, like I said earlier in the video, momentum is huge. If you get on a run of losing The fans are on the back. I think half of the fans have had enough already. They're going to start, and West Ham fans, they know their football. They will tell you if they don't like something. They will start airing their opinions. Fair play to them. You charge them enough, you fucking rip them off for ticket prices, so they have every fucking right to tell you what they want and what they don't like. So show them some respect. But yeah, hope they can somehow get out of it. As I say, a lot of my mates are West Ham fans, and I have a little bit of banter with them. Like I said on the video before, I've always had a little soft spot for them because they're local to me. I'm East London born and bred, as you can see with the Ajax tops and the Dutch tops. I'm a pure East Londoner. But yeah, I can only wish West Ham well. I think you might be lucky that there's three worst. Like last season with Man United and Tottenham, they were shocking. But they were just so lucky that the bottom three who came up, the gap between the Premier League and the Championship is huge. I think that's your only hope. You can hope that those three teams just don't cut the cloth. But looking at today, Sunderland, one thing Sunderland have over you, in my opinion, is heart. They have fighting spirit, and I'll tell you what, it might pull them through. And another thing I think they've got over you is their home crowd. That's intimidating, that place. I think if they can get results at the Stadium of Light, I'm not sure you get that at the London Stadium. I don't think that's intimidating for away teams, like I said earlier. But yeah, see what happens. Have a good one.